is Eric Frank. Welcome to the KBA booth at Drupa 2012 and the introduction of the brand new Rapida145.
Hello, my name is Chris Travis, and Eric and I work together at KBA North America. Together on press we have Jens and Henrik, and they will be creating the show behind us.
KBA is #1 worldwide in offset package printing and the clear world leader in large format. And that's going to be demonstrated today through a host of brand new features and functions. They include a one-button operations to start and run the press. This press has our side lay-free infeed system, our simultaneous plate mounting system where we mount all plates at once, our flying job change system where we change plates while the press is running, new cleaning system called Cleantronic Synchro, as well as a brand new coding unit with a host of new features. Chris?
Well, given that we're on a tight schedule because we've got a lot to show you, Jens, I think if we can start printing. Now the press will continue all of the process behind us. So we'll continue the presentation, but each time we'll keep you an update of what exactly is happening on press. So just to give you a brief overview of the configuration of this brand new 145. It is fully automatic non-stop feeder with 6 printing units, followed by a coding unit, the 12-foot extended delivery, and then KBA's brand new console. So, where's it all start? Right at the feeder. A lot of changes in the feeder. Very clean, simple system now. We don't have any knobs or dials. Every air setting has a numerical value. The benefit of a numerical value, we can save those settings. So we're able to go from substrate to substrate and change the air settings from feeder all the way through to the delivery. Very quick and simple selection in the console, and this will change all of the air settings. Job 1 is 4-color process with a water-based coating and a silver. We'll continue the presentation. We'll do a series of make-readies throughout the whole presentation. Going back to the feeder, we now have this press as a brand new feature. We do not have any side guides on our large format presses anymore. No side guides. We've brought a system from our 106, the sensoric infeed system, brand new on our Rapida145. We now use the infeed drum to register the sheet. The sheet comes down the feed board, it hits the head stops, the infeed drum then has a hold of the sheet, and the gripper bar will move and adjust the sheet. This is one of the key features and reasons why we're able to achieve the speeds we are and the consistency of production.
And KBA has won the prestigious Intertech Award for innovative technology for our side lay-free infeed. So it's an award-winning technology as well.
So just to explain what's going on now, we finished job 1. We're now actually using our logistics systems to exit the pile. We'll use our fully automatic non-stop delivery also to collect the sheets. We are now going to change over the first 4 printing units and the 6th printing unit using simultaneous plate change. It's a brand new feature again on the 145 that we've brought over from our 106. Each plate cylinder is driven by its own dedicated motor. That allows us now to do multiple things on a press whilst we're changing plates. In this particular case, we are hanging the first 4 units and the 6th unit, but we are also disengaging the coding unit. The coding unit will rise 50 millimeters away from the gear train. That'll now allow us to do a full make ready on the coding unit, as you will see shortly, whilst producing on the other units.
So all plates off, all plates on simultaneously. Now, Chris, how long does it take for a 4-unit press?
1 minute.
And 10 units?
1 minute. Every configuration you can think of, it'll take 1 minute to change all of the plates with simultaneous plate change.
It's all about consistent processes, and that also transcends into our new plate ident system. As you can see on the screen, each cylinder on the left and right-hand side has 2 cameras. There's a system that looks at the registration marks and a dot matrix code. The first thing it does is it aligns the plate to the pins so your first pull is in perfect register. Then it looks at the dot matrix code, and the system says, hey, is it the right plate in the right unit, in the right color for the right language? If it is, all systems go. It also has the ability to transfer pre-press data to preset your ink zones, all from those codes embedded in the plate.
More to come on plate ident because we'll be using that feature throughout. But going back to the coating unit, again, we have disengaged the coating unit, and Henrik is now changing the plate on the coating unit using simultaneous plate change, simultaneous form change, all whilst producing the next job, because we have disengaged the coating unit from the press. Semi-automatic plate change, you remove the plate, you then introduce the new plate to the pins, they'll clamp, and then take the plate into the back edge, and a full plate change whilst printing.
This is a first ever at Drupa. Again, we're disengaging the coating unit so we can do multiple things at once. But to run this fast, we also had to change the chamber. You want to tell us about it?
Yes, now the new chamber on the coating unit is a high flow chamber. Basically what that means is we have reduced the volume of the chamber, thus increasing the flow. So we can get coating through that chamber a lot quicker, allowing us to keep up to the speeds that we're producing and still be able to put a nice smooth film down of water-based coating or UV.
We also have a new device called Cleantronic Synchro. Hold up, to stop for a second. So Henrik?
So we have completed job 1, we've made ready on to job 2, we've changed all plates, and we're now printing a 4-color process with a silver. Again, we have disengaged the coating unit, and we will continue the make ready on the coating unit. Right now we have changed the plate. Now we are cleaning the chamber and the analogs roller and draining the water-based coating.
And it doesn't stop there. With Cleantronic Synchro, we have 2 washing beams, as shown in the diagram. We can simultaneously clean the blanket and the impression, but it doesn't stop there. You can also swivel up the beam and double clean the blanket. So you're cleaning the blanket from both sides, cutting blanket cleaning in half, which is a true pressman's dream.
That noise is also indicating our next process in job 2. So we are producing job 2, we are making ready on the coating unit, but that noise also indicates that now we are using flying job change. We are now changing the plate in the 5th unit whilst producing at 15,000 an hour. We will go from 4-color process and a silver in the 6th unit, and we will immediately switch to a 4-color and process and gold in the 5th unit using flying job change. We are able to change plates on this press whilst the press is printing.
This is another GATF Intertech award-winning technology only available from KBA, changing plates while the press is running.
You can see the plate there has been introduced to the pins. Then we use our plate ident system to monitor the register and get register. And then also we'll use the data matrix code to scan to make sure it's the correct plate for the correct unit. We then will be ready to print on that unit. We'll finish job number 2 and we'll quickly use flying job change to exchange over to job 3.
So this press has a non-stop feeder, non-stop delivery, and total automation in all the units. To run at this speed, particularly in packaging, you need continual throughput for more net sheets in the delivery. Speaking about the delivery, you want to talk about the changes?
Yes, as we mentioned right at the start, there's a 12-foot extended delivery. One of the key reasons for the change in the delivery is that now we go fast, so we have to change the sheet paddle slightly. Immediately from the coating, it comes up and stays flat and delivers. But while we started talking about, we had more action. We slowed the press down to 10,000 sheets per hour. That means we stopped production, so we stopped the feeder. We have now disengaged Unit 6 and engaged Unit 5. And we will immediately start running again with our new job, flying job change. This press will never stop printing.
The delivery innovations don't stop there. We also have a new system called Varia Dry Blue. We take the unsaturated air from the first 2 banks, the 4-foot and the 8-foot. We repurpose that unsaturated air into the 3rd bank. This can save you over 172,000 euros over 8 years, so it makes the press green as well.
And Varia Dry Blue is available on any of the Rapida size presses that you see in our hall today. So, just to give us an update, we finished job 2 whilst changing plates. Now we will continue to print on job 3 using black, cyan, magenta, yellow, and gold. And as you can see here, now we have completed job 2, and then you can see the text change that we use the flying job change feature for. Again, flying job change is available because we have a dedicated drive on every single plate cylinder in this press, independently driving it from the press.
Shortly, we'll see Henrik go up to the coating unit and do some more changes. This press has a brand new analog sleeve system that will be demonstrated live in 1 minute.
That's right. No more rollers, no more cranes. This press has analog sleeve technology. Very quick and simple system that we can change the analog sleeve whilst the press is running. 15,000 an hour, again, because we have disengaged the coating unit.
Now, Chris, I noticed there was a camera at the end of the delivery. What's that doing?
Every single sheet that goes through this press is measured for color and register. Every single sheet that goes through this press. In the meantime, we'll get back to Henrik. He's now going to start the coating plate change. We reduce the size of the cylinder. That will then allow us to change the sleeve. Very simple, clean operation. You'll see Henrik slide the sleeve off here into the rack.
So with one hand, he just gives it a slip, and it comes right off the cylinder, a KBA-only feature. He puts it onto the rack, and then he's able to change analog sleeves while the press is running. This is ideal for double coaters, long perfectors. Now, Chris, how many can be held in the system?
So we have a rack that will hold 4 sleeves. Of course, more are available if needed. But we have the unique ability to go from a thinner film water-based coating to a heavier film. Also, we can change from UV or conventional, all while the press is running, because we have disengaged the coating unit. So this is the final step in the complete make-ready of the coating unit.
This press is also available with a complete logistics system on it for pile movement. You want to maybe talk about that?
We have logistics at the feeder and at the delivery. Simple system that will take the pile out and introduce a brand new pallet from the operator side. The pallets are a P145 pallet. They have an RFID chip embedded in the pallet that will sync to an RFID reader within the press, linking into your internal logistics system, so you'll constantly be able to monitor your printed work and your unprinted work.
Now, Chris, I know there's a lot of changes over at the console. You want to see how Jens is doing?
Sure. I started to explain the camera. As I'd mentioned, every single sheet that goes through this press is measured for color and register. And how we do that is we have a camera that's mounted at the start of the delivery that reads off the last impression cylinder, whether that be off the coating unit or the printing unit. It will read a color bar at the front edge via the RGB camera. Through an algorithm, it changes it to a solid ink density, or LAB readings, or internal gray balance protocols. This will allow us to get a trend, constantly monitoring the color and constantly adjusting it, keeping a very tight tolerance.
Now, this press is also available with an inline PDF reader, so we can compare the PDF to the printed sheet. Great for foreign languages, ensuring every dot is there for pharmaceutical work. High quality printing is guaranteed with a PDF reader.
So just to explain to everyone where we are right now, we've finished job 3. Remember, we used our flying job change feature to go from 2 to 3. We are now starting to make ready on job 4. Job 4 will be 4-color process, silver, which we are changing the plates now. Again, all off, all on, using our simultaneous plate change. All plates will be introduced to the unit. Then we will pre-register the plates using plate ident. We will then be able to engage the coating unit. You can see the light flashing on the top of the coating unit. That indicates that the coating unit is dropping back down into the press, thus being into the gear train. Now we've completed the make ready on the coating unit, and now we will engage it to start utilizing it on job 4.
Now, for quality control, we have a brand new color bar called KBA Color Bar 2012. The swatch size has been reduced to 3.75 millimeters. We're measuring density. We're measuring spectral with LAB values. We're also measuring gray balance. There's also a micro dot pattern embedded into the color bar for registration, so there's no more cross marks. We encourage you after the demonstration to take a look at this exciting new color bar. Chris, there's also live view, I understand.
Sure. So going back to one quick thing before the register, we use plate ident to get the register, and then we use Qualitronic ICR, which is a feature in the camera, to keep and maintain register throughout the job. Also, the camera is giving us a live view of every single sheet that goes through this press. On our wall screen at the back here, you will see we will now change over to the new job. So you'll see the old job, and in a minute, you'll start to see the new job. And then the bars below are the color control. So we immediately start going to the target densities specific to this job. You can see the new image now. This is job 4. So the pressman is able to see exactly what's happening in the press via the wall screen at the back.
Chris, while this is happening, I noticed there's going to be a pile change as well with a non-stop feeder. The rakes go in, the pile comes up, they then retract in the right direction of the paper flow, so there's continual operation at the feeder as well.
And no human needed. This fully automatic non-stop feeder will continue to run without any human assistance, allowing the second operator to prepare the units for the next job or make ready on the coating unit, whatever feature we are using.
Chris, how's Jens doing?
So now we have completed job 4. Again, we're up to color, and immediately we start reading for color and register, and now led us to our target densities. So once we have finished job 4, that only remains one thing. This press, as standard, comes at 15,000 sheets per hour. But do you really think we would bring a standard press to Drupa?
I don't think so. Maybe Jens can help us out there. You came to Drupa for something exciting. You've come to Drupa for something brand new. Only from the world leader in large format, we present 70,000 sheets an hour, a world record in large format printing. We would like to take this opportunity to thank the KBA engineers. You are the best in the world. We'd also like to thank you, our friends and customers, for being here with us at Drupa 2012.
Enjoy 17,000 an hour. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.